Hey Emily, have you ever wondered what it would be like to exist in the Middle Ages?
No, but according to this year, the Middle Ages or medieval period lasted from the 5th to the 15th century. It began with the collapse of the Western Roman Empire and merged into the Renaissance and the Age of Discovery.
Oh look, it also says that if you want to go to the Middle Ages, you have to spin in a circle 5 times.
Should we try it?
I guess. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa! Whoa! This is Emily Jenks reporting to you live from the Middle Ages on Mans. I'm here with Jaimason Brooker. Jaimason, can you describe what is happening here?
Well, Emily, today we are in front of this live battle between a knight of our own and a samurai who has come to the looks of it alone. From reliable sources, we can conclude that the samurai and the knight are using a sword.
The sword is a bladed weapon. Usually the sword is made of some type of metal ground that has at least one sharp edge and often has a pointed tip.
Now the tip is used for thrusting, which both of them are attempting to do in order to finish off the other. The handle is also known as the hilt.
The handle can be made out of many materials, but the most common is wood covered by leather, fish skin, or metal wiring.
And would you look at that? Our very own knight has finished off the samurai. That concludes our live battle. Thanks for joining in with us today on Mans.
Back to the studio for more information about weaponry.
Welcome. Today we are here with our hometown weapon specialist, Sarah. Sarah, what are the different parts of the sword?
The different parts of the swords are the shoulder, tang, ricasso, hilt, and the blade. Early swords were made out of solid bronze and copper. These were hard yet quite brittle. At what time was the sword an important weapon? It wasn't until iron could be forged that the sword truly became an important weapon. Another important weapon was the longbow.
Was the longbow used for war?
Yes, the longbow is used now in the Middle Ages for both hunting and as a weapon in war. Does the longbow shoot far? Yes, the longbow is a long-range weapon.
When using the longbow, was it hard to control?
The longbow was very difficult to master and operate. It required a great deal of experience and training. Thank you for your time and knowledge. And now on to our cooking segment of the show.
Today we are going to make classic homemade biscuits. Typically this would be a popular pastry the peasants would eat, but today we are going to.
The methods of cooking food here in the Middle Ages depends on the place where you live. Our food changes considerably. The only real influence on the types of food we eat had been from the Romans. Our food is basic and the ingredients are homegrown.
The majority of cooking food is conducted over an open fire. Useful cooking utensils for this method of cooking are pots, pans, kettles, skillets, and cauldrons. To prepare the food, a range of knives, ladles, meat forks, and scissors are used. You may also purchase these items at our local stalls, shops, and other stores at a low cost of only 20 silver pennies.
You know, we use so many different kinds of cooking methods like spit roasting, baking, boiling, smoking, salting, and frying.
Okay, let's begin. First, we are going to take 2 cups of flour and put them into the blender.
Next, we will add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda.
Then 1 tablespoon of baking powder.
Next is 1 teaspoon of salt.
After that, 6 tablespoons of cold unsalted butter and blend until butter is mixed in good. Then dump in big mixing bowl.
And lastly, 1 cup of buttermilk.
Now that you got all your ingredients in the mixing bowl, you need to mix until all the ingredients are blended together. Go.
Not yet. Oh. Now that we have our ingredients fully mixed, you have to put a little bit of flour on your workspace so the dough doesn't stick to you. You then want to start forming the shape of the biscuits. When you're done with that, you have to put them in a baking skillet.
Once you have all the biscuits in a skillet, set the oven for 450 degrees. Then set the oven for 10 minutes.
When they are to your liking, let them cool for at least 5 minutes.
This is what the finished product looks like.
You can have different condiments on top, such as jelly, butter, or just plain.
That concludes today's news.
Thanks for joining in with us. We will be back tomorrow for more information about the Black Plague and more. On Man.
That was a fun experience.
Yeah, and being on the show was fun too.
I also remember from the book that the Middle Ages is one of the most fascinating time periods.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. We should probably head back though for the end of class. You know, to our time period.
Yeah, but how do we get back?
Oh yeah, how do we?
We probably should have kept reading to see how.
We have to start somewhere, so let's just go that way.
Oh boy.